Hi, I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for being here with me, and I'll make this brief today. I just wanted to share a perspective in the scope of 3% leadership. If you're talented, you may have difficulties when it comes to staying teachable, coachable. Gifted people, sometimes they act like they know it all. It makes it hard for them to keep developing, quite frankly. Coachability, it's not so much about competence and mental capacity as it is about attitude. It's the hunger to discover and grow. It's the willingness to learn. It's the willingness to unlearn. The willingness to relearn. John Wooden, probably in my mind, the most incredible team coach to live in America, said something. He says, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." I love that quote. It's actually in my wisdom journal. When you stop learning, you stop leading. Only as you remain teachable, you keep growing and continue to make an impact. Another great example of that is one of the most famous artists in the world. Actually done a lot of study. Actually have a degree in fine arts from the University of Oklahoma, and had a chance to dive into this gentleman. But now as an entrepreneur, I look at him with a different set of filters. And besides being an astonishing painter and a sculptor, Leonardo da Vinci was a genius in more fields than any scientist of his age. His notebooks were hundreds of years ahead of their time. He anticipated submarines. He anticipated helicopters and other modern inventions. In one notebook he wrote, "Iron rusts from disuse. Stagnant water loses its purity, and in cold weather becomes frozen. Even so does inaction sap the vigor of the mind." Leonardo, he was driven by a desire to know more. He was learning and writing discoveries in his notebooks up until the very end of his life. And the good news is, you don't have to have the mind or talent of a Leonardo da Vinci to be teachable. How do I know that? I'm living proof. You just have to have the right attitude. And the most important skill to acquire is learning how to learn. My challenge for you right now is this. Try this for the next week or so. Ask others for their advice. And deliberately withhold your own advice that you would normally give. And at each day's end, write down what you learned by being attentive to others. I promise you'll be amazed. Stay coachable, stay trainable, and recommit to learning how to learn. Folks, and do something good, something positive for somebody. But do it in the knowing there's no way they could ever repay you.